Good morning, guys. Good morning, Nathan. Good morning, Martha. Good morning, Emma. Thank you very much for reminding me. You know, today I'm babysitting. Kakati. Ate mbadde manyi ndina mbudde naye mama. Yeah. So you guys, thank you very much for the feedback. I always get you guys calling me, ne mumpa feedback, ne mungamba kino kitereeremu. Ejja kutereera mpola. Good things take time. Yeah, but I hope you're doing well. Hey, I hope you're doing well. Emma, thank you for always reminding me. It really means a lot. I don't take it for granted. Today is day 1 of February 2022 and it's day 32 of 2023. Good morning, Mr. Lucius. Munango nonsonyiwa, Mr. Lucius. Today I'm babysitting. My muchala traveled kakati. I have to babysit. I have to take the kids to school. Morning Safina. Mpola kati abalina abaana bo babimanye ebyo. Kakati ate me, I don't make snacks in the morning. I have to buy them. Kati mbadde mbigula ate bwe mala nyino bipakinga bannange abakazi namwe mwine ebintu bye mukola nga ffe tetujja bisobola. Yes, I hope you're doing well. Naye Martha ne Emma. Naye nga Martha walisazeewo Emma n'otamulumya mutima. Naawe ne tuyitawo. Yeah, so today is day 32. Twakatambuza ennaku 3 mwezo mu 2 2023. Nze sigenda kulekera bajjukiza that we have to okubawonyaawo athawalayi nze nja sigala nga nteekayo akange. So I will not stop reminding you that our goals, we should not forget them. We should not forget what we set. Actually, after this broadcast, I'm going to look at my goal book. Of course, I think I relaxed a little. Kubanga goal yange mu general settings of achieving in the first quarter of 2023 najikola mu December. Mukama wa amaanyi. Ate yali nene ngeneralikiza n'okuneraliikiriza naye Mukama nankwatirako nensobola okugimaliriza mu December 2022. Kati your goal 1 was gone, so ate nenyigawo kagoola akalala awo kagategattemu because 4 months are not to joke with. Kitegeera. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about vans and your choice of vans and their problems. Normally when I say the problems of those, the title of course is talking about the problems of Toyota Noah, Alphard, Regias. There are so many vans by the way that we can talk about. But nabadde njogera ku of van enyangu zetumanyi in our minds, but there are so many of them that we're going to be able to talk about. And if you have a question about any of them, you can still talk about it. Naye goals zange nga nnene mwe mukikola mutya okubanga just 1 month mwagala kubeera goals zammwe. Ati kati Emma nze goals nzimenyamenyamu. If my goal is to construct a house, nze ate sigenda na musingi because omusingi munagwo munene. Nze goal yange bayakusookako room nenzimba room emu. Kati goal yange ya nyumba naye nenjimenyamenyamu nengamba omwezi guno njazimbako room emu, omwezi oguddako nzimbe room endala, omwezi oguddako nzimbe room endala. Nze goal ennene sigiraba nga nnene, sigiraba lumu because kimenya oyinza n'okuzirika. I used to set very big goals nendaba nga mmenyeka. Good morning, David. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so Emma, I don't set very big goals. Okay, I set big goals, but I don't stick to very big goals. I try to downplay my goals, make them a little smaller. It helps you. It helps you not to have a lot of pressure. Like if my goal is to buy, like you see, good morning, Council Patrico. If my goal is to start a business that will cost me, let's say 100 million, I will tell you that I start by networking with people that could help me collect the 100 million. because I may not be able to get 100 million alone, but if I have like, if I have 100 people that who can give me a 1 million each, then 100 million becomes easy. Nana, yeah. Aban. So then I start breaking it down. If I need 100 million, then if I need 100 million and I get 1 million, then I did 100. I get 1 million 100 times. Then my first goal is a car sale, Mr. Arthur Njimenye. Category Modoka already but Emma, we had broken down that goal. And at a goal Modoka yo jiraba already central zina. The only obstacle to you getting a car is you actually being on ground. Chechoka. Go send as onazo ina Emma zigule motoka. Ochitegeera. Category Modoka ebiseera ebisinga, I think it's someone wanting a car and then setting the boundary of I want a new car this year. Ekyo kimenya oyinza n'okusigalako ku bigere okumala ebbanga. Naye nze nga Arthur bwe ngamba njagala motoka, then I start by breaking down. I want a car that does what? Good morning, Brian. Then I start saying I want a car that will get me and my kids to town, so that I take my kids to school and I also get to work. Appointment nange. So I start breaking down the needs that I need the car to fulfill. But with that, then I zero down on which cars can do that. And by doing that, orondera dale motoka serving kyennyini kyoyagala etajja kukumenya. Tejja kumenya mu kugula, tejja kumenya mu maintenance, ate ne bona otuuka okugitunda. Emmotoka yo nga yo ejja kuba tekusala, because mugende musale. Abantu oyimirira ku zebra crossing nga nabo tebakkiriza nti oyimiridde. Tebatera kukiraba. Anyway, that's how I break down. Kati Emma, already you know what you need in your car. We just have to zero down on the cars that Emma first buy tires. Eklus is saying, good morning Arthur, your opinion on Alteza doing Uber Jiveko now for the sake of paying off? No. Alteza will not do Uber genda na kutama. Alteza okujja kongo ina ya beams eyinza okulwanako. Naye ate even if it's a beams 2000 engine and automatic, you may not. The best approach, you want to use an Alteza to make to probably to pay it off. Wajifunye dao but onajifuna. That's another question. Because if you're thinking of borrowing, of going and getting an Alteza on credit, don't. Because an Alteza has nothing but pleasure. It says nothing but kweyagala. If you're going to get a car on loan anytime, get a small car. Sisi rukumi bitano and below. Especially because now that you're talking Eklus, it means you're thinking this car should be the one to pay itself off. I'm thinking if you're going to get any car on loan, it should be a car of Raum, Vaspacio, Paso Sete, Raktis. Those small cars are the ones. Alteza net davaba. If you already got it on loan, then my brother, you have to find a way to maneuver. But the best way for you to maneuver is not Uber. You will probably do special hire. Wakati ya obochi yingide mtocha ina chakula. Funa na akapando katekeko. Special hire and even put your phone number and then park it in the town center, in the Stenson. So that people that have emergencies, they call you overseer. Because Uber is going to frustrate you for nothing. But that's my opinion. The other angle you could take, but again, airport taxi will need you to insert capital. So the special hire thing might actually work better than Uber. But you can also venture into Uber and order. Everybody has their own chance. In Uber, even the people that are driving 1000cc cars are crying. 2000cc, you may end up struggling. but special hire might do, because even people that are driving carriers are doing special hire, and they are making some money. So that will be Uber. Martha is saying, hope I will do it like you. My goals are big. To hope better to do it. Yeah, you break down your goals. If your goal is to buy that wish, don't stick to the wish. You first downgrade ogambe kansoke ngule chipsa mu kivuge kinsoboze sokola sente zinagula wish. Okitegeera. I find that it helps. If you want to build a 3-bedroom house, first build a 2-bedroom or even 1-bedroom one. Kati ate kano kabadde kino. Banaye omuntu avuga IST bwe kusikirako. That's the thing I'm telling you guys. Teweepika genda mu bondi gula moroka $3 nga amafuta tojja sobola gassaamu. Kale gula ye $15,000 osigaze 15 zinaakuwa amafuta paka bw'oli esobola. Nakati okute $3 ogenze mu bondi oguze emmotoka okyabalirira amafuta. Let me say it in English so that people don't say I said it in Uganda and they didn't get it. If fuel will be your biggest problem, don't buy a car at 35 million. Go buy a car at 15 and keep 15 million, over 20 million to cater for fuel. But it doesn't make sense that you have to buy a car at 35 million and in the end you fail to even fuel it. You buy a car 35 million and even fail to drive it to the village. So that you buy a car, an expensive car, and when you're going to the village, you take the bus. You're not even going to do enjoyment for enjoyment. Yeah, I do enjoyment for enjoyment in my Corolla. Yeah, I drive my Corolla. Even if you give me a deal in Kenya, I'll drive my Corolla to Kenya. Take me to South Africa, and I'll be there before the aeroplane. Okay, I will not be there before the aeroplane, but we will both be there. I'll drive my Corolla to South Africa. Kati ogule moroka $3 mutanda ate amafuta gakuleme. So I'm going to read those comments later. Katono. Remember I'm babysitting, so nyinamu ka pressure ka babysitting. Sinaba kuya yogurt. The days that the babysits, there are days of no accountability. You need to make your days count. Ngenda kunfuga ko yogurt ko 10 tulabo babuyina banone wali kanuka. Abati babuyina katawo. Mukama aba yabakikoze tubadde tukyalina kyakikolera. Obulalo bulimu bwa change mukazi atwadde empozi sente abalala okumuta somera ko ebitaano. So anyway eyo nvuddeyo mbantu abagule mu lugeze ebbeeyi ne zibalimo teekamu amafuta. Kaki? Emmotoka tekubayingi ni ssebo. Emmotoka mpya naawe tesobola kuba oyo mafuta ge gamuwedde. And by the way, when you buy a new car, you should be taking full tank. So you should be taking full tank. So let me read because of some comments here. Arthur, you know my budget, but I'm not yet there. But maybe you mean I first buy a car, half of my budget, then as I look for the balance. No, emoroka musente zoina emana gamba dazifuna emotoka na ye. Good morning, Sam. Hey, Martha, did you send your number here? Zenga sijijuki. Yeah, ngandinga parking. Yeah, I'm parking on the. I've parked in the road at Nana. Okay. So Anyway, I think I'm going to let me pack the snack boxes when I get there. But now babysitting is not easy. You know, you're going to be single fathers in Basasi.
Babysitting.
Single fatherhood will not be easy for us. Mirimujiba minji. And okay. Martha shared the number. Martha did not share the number here. I remember very well. Anyway, there is a Toyota that's not common, the Verosa. The Toyota Verosa is the same as a Mark II. It has the same engine. It almost has the same things, suspension and all. The Toyota Verosa is the Mark II. So that's one thing you need to know. It's just that for it looks different. And no kujiseera bagiseeramu naye nga yeemu era ye Mark II, so eyo gigule ng'okimanyi bajja gikuseera naye it's very rare to find someone looking for a Toyota Verosa. Okitegeera, that's the challenge that you will get. Aban, wake up, you're almost at school, so I need to get your bag. What? Babysitting is not easy, guys. But I have to open. After I open, then I put the extra snacks that I've bought. Come out Sasi. This is where, oh, by the way, guys, we are complaining ata abayogera ku motoka n'avaako ku munamu akadata nga kagenda banange bagayi mujja kunsonyiwa. I think this is why we have these live broadcasts. We try to make them as natural as possible. As natural as possible and as fluid as possible. So sometimes sometimes buno obuyitamu mujja kubunsonyiwa naye era mwebale ku sacrificing akadata kammwe n'osigala ng'olaba ne bwemba nga ataavuddeko ku mulamwa nga atali ku topic gye yagambye n'osigalawo. Like today it's really inevitable. Ate kati leero tuwagala twogere ku van ezo. I used to want a super custom, by the way. That's one car that I used to be in love with. It's a very comfortable car, the super custom. Then along the way I think I wanted to get a newer. Then along the way I saw the Regius, and then the Regius was good. And then along the way I saw the Granvia. Is the motoka simanyi oba muzimanyi zonna. There is a newer, there is a Granvia, there is a Regius. Kati Granvia, I think those guys, they named the Granvia to two different cars. There is a Granvia, then they have a Regius. Then along the way, there is this Nissan L Grand is also a very good car. Then there is a Nissan Serena. Then I think they have a Mazda Tabango. There is that Mazda that looks like a newer. Yeah. But I'm going to be talking about the most common ones and their issues. The issues of these cars are not very, very bad. Like the newer, because the newer is 2000 cc, so fuel wise you should expect to consume fuel like the RAV4. Okay, been in Kamori from the start. Good morning JK. JK naku zino bambi okera webale kuyiga kera. Okera nnyo. Yeah, so nejeko ina abaana. JK wandibanga ogenda kutusala ogenda zaala ngo okaddiye. Ate so anyway, twogera ku JK, give me your experience of the vans, because I am quite sure that you have driven a van before. Ngomuntu yavuga ne kawundo. I'm sure you have driven a van before as well. So what was your experience driving driving a van? Did they give them straws? No. Aban, there is yogurt here, okay? So I'm quite sure that Jackie has driven a van before. That media your munda. Take them. Yani and so. So I used to want a super custom you yali enkuba nnyo. Then I think along the way nina ekivulu embale nenfuna chali wange yantwalako mu Nuwa kabaka gange kaizo bakavuga bwe kati nantwalako mu Nuwa mu kivulu twagenda Transnight, then we performed the next day, then at night still that very day ate zikoleka gwagise nabusumudde obuntu nga zipu kweziri natukomyawo. And I like the experience of driving in a Nuwa. Yeah, single father mumulabye leero. Single father. Nana, there is yogurt here also. Don't forget. And the bananas. Okay? So, snacks ziwedde katenteredde. Ate ba uncle, you people spoil kids, ba uncle abalina ku sente mujja ne mwonoona abaana baffe ne baba nga ffe tebakyatwagala nga buli kiseera omwana ayagala genda wa uncle Jekke bwakomawo abaana tebaagala nga baba nga batalaba bataata baabwe na bamaama baabwe. So I've done packing snacks ngenda basaba another like 5 seconds wali ngamba fulumyamba waba teacher baabwe, then ebisigadde tugende maaso ne Nuwa. So you guys who has driven a Nuwa, who has driven a Regias, who has driven a Granvia, I'm sure most of you don't know what the Granvia is. You see most ambulances that we see on the road, Ngaza Toyota, those are Granvias. The Granvia is like a Regias, but it's more spacious. And Granvias are mostly diesel, and they have the same engine as a super custom. Now, if you found a Regias and it was diesel as well, it would also have the same engine as a super custom. And okay, just a second. Namuveeko nana yematira. Yes, I'm back. Okay, JK drove a Voxy, which is a sporty version of a Nua, and people complain about the Voxys. But I find that most of the people that complain about Voxy either inherited problems, bad maintenance history of a previous owner, or they themselves. It's Voxy zitera kufa mafuta, system ya mafuta ekyo kibayita ekimiro era kye kitera okufa. That's one thing I realized. The same thing that is the problem with Progress, Pajero, those cars ezo buli motoka gy'owulira nga bagicomplainingako nnyo naye nga engine tekuba nga bagamba ekimiro kyabadde ki. It's normally fuel systems, fuel and air cleaner system that they don't service it properly. Anyway, so let's talk about the Nua. Nua egenda ne Voxy, egenda ne Regias, egenda ne Granvia most of the times, but the Nua is much more popular, and the Nua has one very big problem: the brakes. I think the Voxy you were driving was very well maintained, JK, but people complain about Voxys to the extent that you can find a Nua being sold at 13 million, and when you find a Voxy in the same number plate, same condition, is being sold at 8 or 6 even. You get. So I think people have had different experiences with the Voxys, and most people don't have very good experiences with them. However, the Nua has been known to be very reliable, and the biggest problem has been the braking system. Brakes za Nua ezo sinyangu za kusettinga ziringa eza dudu. Okay, if you guys know the dudu is also called the Toyota Light S or Town S. They are vans, and I think they are sexier than the Nua, but they came before the Nua. After the dudus, they created the Nua. I think the Nua was the advanced version of the. I talked to my friend yesterday who has had his since 2012 and says it has been totally fine. He maintains it properly. It's a motoka bozirabirira obulungi ojja kusanga togifunamu na buzibu yadde. It's like how border guys were complaining about TVS. The TVS is very hard to maintain. Right now, almost everyone wants to buy a TVS. You get. So I think as long as you maintain it properly, you would enjoy. So the Nua and Voxy, you will find that unless you find a mechanic that knows how to set those brakes, and they're not very common. I think Emma also had a problem about the braking system. The brakes didn't feel sharp enough. Exactly. The Nua brakes zazo sinyangu za kusettinga. I got the same problem when I was driving the Dudu. Then you know lunaku they changed the brakes ne malo lunaku lulamba ngo mwana brakes zimulemye. Nengena nena makanika wango omukadde gwe nalingo bye nokugoba. Ye yajja nazereza mu dakiika 3. It's just that there are people that know how to work on those brakes and make them work, and not everyone does. That's like the biggest problem those cars have. Okitegeera. Era kati if you're going to be buying a Nua, a Regias, a Granvia, you'll find that that's the problem. And those brakes zimanyi n'okujaminga, because bwazisettinga olwokuba ayagala asettinge zisibe nnyo, azisettinga ayagala zisettinge zisibe bulungi. Then of course there is this Alphard, but of course Alphard like reading at 2009 2010, it's not the common Alphard that we see on the road. That one is a newer version. You see even the bumper is a little higher. So yeah, so the braking system is one of the biggest problems of those cars, and of course the fuel zinywa nze nali nzimbe matuga, one of my family members yali when I didn't site yali avuga Nua, of course, but this Nua here is a bit okay because it's VVTi, eyo mwaka ogwo mupya. I think that's a 2004. That's a 2004 model. Yo nunjiko amafuta teganywa nnyo kuba yo ya naye enywamuko enywanga kati 2000cc of a VVTi is like the 1.8 of a non VVTi. Okitegeera, so eba tenywa nnyo ojja gisanga kumpi enywanga wish. Okitegeera, because it's VVTi. But if you're going to be buying the Nua old model enywa, the relative way twagenanga ematuga nga anywa emitwalo 5 buli lunaku. Ngamba na yechichi kino ate nga avaka wempe. Okitegeera, El Grande na yo simbi ku muntu eyakolamu. 2018 I drove it from Nansana to Machindi and back, and I used 100,000. Nacha Elgrand ataka togambe simbi naye ku muntu ndoze yakolamu era nga bw'okigambye. You man, emitwalo 10 from Nansana to Machindi and back. Any normal car would not even consume even 20,000 even now current prices, and 2018 fuel was at around 3,000. That is when I come here satu ebitano mafuta galinga gasatu bisatu emoruka yali info eyo Emma satu nga bibiri. Emma, that car had a problem, so it meant that a liter for that car takes you 1 kilometer. Because Nansana to Machinde should be like 10 kilometers, and then back that's 20 kilometers. Ojubisize era majeke ajubisizo yokubanga moving in money. Chitegeza a liter would take you 1 kilometer, because because then 10 liters would cost you like 30,000. 20 liters would cost you 60. At 90 you'd be having 30 liters. It's even chitegeza liter yatamulanga mitanga bitano. Newe ba Range Rover zine ezinywa zitya tesobola kutambula lita netambula mita bitano. Anyway, kat Elgrand tufunye review yayo. Of course it has been a little exaggerated, guys. I'm sure a liter of an Elgrand takes you like 7 to 8 kilometers, but the newer a liter will take you about 9 kilometers maximum, very maximum 10. I'm talking about the old model. So the biggest hindrance with the newers will be fuel. It's like when you have a newer, you don't move into a neighborhood like mine where you drive 35 kilometers to get to town. People that drive newers live in Kawempe, Bwaise. You have to live near town or near your workplace, otherwise you'll be stressed. Chovola kati Kubo, you see this road. How many newer old models have you seen? Zimenya! You need to know. Other than that, is the other problem probably you will find is that most of them are rear wheel drives, they are not 4-wheel drives. And a rear wheel drive car eserera ate nuwe yesere kongojja no kongojja okitegeera. So and when you find 4-wheel drives ate they consume extra fuel okitegeera. That's where the Voxy will be better, because the Voxy is VVTi, because the Voxy started being produced in 2001, and starting in 2001 then the Japanese had started creating VVTi cars. VVTi is good technology on fuel. Good morning, Muhammad. VVTi is good technology. Most of the cars that were created starting in 2001 are VVTi. Chovola about that, even the Primos that were created in 2001 were the Caesar VVTi is a little fuel friendly. My car is 2001. The newer Voxy was created 2001. You'll find that some of these Ractis were the Fetusifunalate that created 2001. The Fielders, the first generation of the Fielder was 2001. First generation of Alex was 2001. You get, so most VVTi cars, they started being created in 2001. So that's one thing you need to understand. That's why when someone asks me which car should they buy, it was automatic JK. It's possible that it was automatic in Gayete Kambo ATC. It's better to drive a newer that is 4-wheel drive, but if you find that the 4-wheel drive is full time, Jakuba mafuto gwaga ulida, because the vehicle is a manji manjiko. Yeah, and bobo gula nuwe yo inokubanya okufuba okulaba ngo ina mechanic nga muntu nga amanyi experience mechanics, because brakes zaayo si nyangu. I think basically for me, I find that the newer, that's the like, you'll find people complaining about the gearbox, but that's poor maintenance. The newer, especially the old model, emanyen naku. Era normally when people tell me, "Bankubi the simu nangamba, Arthur, I want to buy a newer, but I want a new model ngamugama, new model jugula, but temanyen naku service or inakora service yaddala." When you're buying a newer, the new model, let's say you're buying a newer 2004. Whenever you do service, change the air cleaner. And whenever you do service, don't go to this petrol station over service bay. Go to a Shell, go to a Total. And I'm saying Shell Total in experience. Those are the petrol stations that I can tell you that they'll give you at least quality and kare ko. The other petrol stations will have to prove to me that they are good. But Shell and Total, I've used them. So and then fuel, also you'll have to be very careful when you're driving new model newas. Zine ntondo nazo ndo zazinatira kufuka gundi. Zinatira kufuka pajero. The Voxy has a problem of overheating. But the problem of overheating is not really to do with the Voxy itself. The problem of overheating happens because taina kalimika temperature Voxy. So most people complain about, first of all, the fuel system and overheating. But the overheating in the Voxy happens because it has a katala, taina temperature gauge, yo eina katala. Bwekaka ready ebechamuse. Tekuoni nganti enatera okuchamuka kana kalimi kafa temperature kalabanga kalinya. Eri tojiraba. Ojirabe echamuse, that's the issue. And most people tebamanyi na kuwunyiriza nze motoka wemanjivuga bwebe ne echamuka mpulira ne bwewunya. Setagana kulaba kalimi, I can hear the smell. But most people don't even know how an overheating engine smells. Probably because tebavuganga ku motoka ngadde. Tetwavuganga ennyonge zange ogitulano ku yingini bwebe ne echamuka otandikirawo kujiwulira. Okitegeera kati akawooke motoka ene echamuka nze nkamanyi. Yes. So if you don't know how an overheating car smells, one time when you find someone whose car has overheated and you see them opening go and smell it and know the smell of an overheating engine, because some new cars don't have they call it the temperature gauge. Most new cars don't have the temperature gauge. So the only way for you to know that it's overheating is to sense and smell. You get kati faba mo buntu tubulina kati me I know how to sense an overheating engine. Okitegeera kati nze moroko okunchamuka ko baba liba dogo oli abayandozo obutagiwunyiriza kati nze njiwunyiriza nenjuja n'entokotayo ne manya nti ekola ki olumu ne bamakanika tebabimanye ebyo. But anyway, the Voxy, the overheating issue that happens with Voxys is not to do with the car, it's to do with the people because they don't know. Eina katala ataka akatala bw'obatoka manyi osobola okukalaba n'olowoozereza engine check. Some people don't even know what those lights mean, by the way. Some people bw'alaba akatala ka oil ayinza okukubira makanika naga olwa akantu kalinga akabinika kumbe motoka terina oil. Okitegeera. And I think these people that were making cars, they made them for people that have actually gone through driving school and they have been oriented on what should be done. Anyway, so Voxy, obuzibu overheating n'ekimiro. But any day, guys, I tell you, mulekera okulowooza nti if Shell is selling fuel at 5,050 shillings, gwe bw'onoonywa fuel at 5,000, you're going to save money. That's how people kill the Voxy. That's how people kill the Pajero. That's how people kill the Progress. By thinking that if you save 50 shillings, you're saving any kind of money. You're not saving any kind of money. You're not saving any kind of money. So what you should do is when you're taking fuel, always get fuel from trusted fuel stations. I was talking to Kasim, you remember the interview, and I was asking him, kati benzi zina kunywa mafuta chi. And Kasim was telling us, just go to reputable fuel station. Don't go to a fuel station called Arthur. And say, nina Arthur gwe manya akola ku YouTube ayinza oba petrol station iyi. Bajja kuwa mafuta nga gali mu kerosene. Emotoka yefe. Okitegeera. So one thing I can tell you is that most of these cars don't actually have those big problems. But if you're going to be driving a Regius, for example, and it has a diesel engine, chances are high that it has a 1KZ engine. The 1KZ engine is 3000 cc first of all, but also it's direct injection. Siri makanika, but Jeko inzo kungamba. What is the direct injection engine? Chitegeza bagu katibi wabisoma wabikubukamu. Jeke, it's in my discipline to always leave fuel for someone who has given me his or her car. I'm not saying that it consumed all of it at once. I'm talking about what I fuel. But we landed in heavy jam. ne bwe bajja Emma mu 2018 emitwalo 10 tank yali erina n'okujjula in 2018 because my fuel tank gets full at 45 liters. Kyemmanyi Regius ewe be 2 liters nnyingi etwala nkaaga kitegeeza bwe wassaamu liita agamba 30 muziizo wali otaddemu half tank. Kitegeeza akalimi kalina okugenda mu half tank kagendayo bwe kaba tekagendayo mpozi ng'erina weegayiwa okitegeera. What is a direct injection engine? Because from what I understand, the Toyota Super Custom engine is direct injection. And I even know a former MP that would not drive it to town. Super Custom yenga ajireka waka. Good morning, Nico. And the reason why he left the Super Custom at home was because enywamu kutufuta. And that was like 2009, 2020, 2019, 2020. Ngagamba Super Custom we yenywamu ngera ina akamoroka kakatonotono kavuga. So what is a direct injection engine? JK. Wakati oluzungu lubalungi nze nyinza oba nga sirutegeera bulungi. Okitegeera. So if you drive a Regius Granvia Super Custom is a motoka bozuganga za diesel zibamu direct zibamu 1kz. Engine ya 1kz teri ekisooka maintaining it is expensive. Okitegeera. But if you maintain it, it's over okuwangala. But if you don't maintain it, even repairing it, because I believe it has a turbo. But from what I've heard from mechanics, but the KZ engine was maintaining a bulungi, ebera, ekuwe mirembe. Then we have a kunu and tulete moroka. Your Alphard. The biggest complaint people have had with the Alphard is that bumpers are yo. But I don't see in any way how that bumper we kutuka ku moroka ngene evako negwa wali. Nze ndowooza oba carelessness y'abantu giteekeko ka gaadi ka wansi kale bw'oba olaba nga it's very oba giwe gaadi yennyini okitegeera. So the Alphard is an advanced newer. Of course after the Alphard the welfare comes, but people don't really have not yet bought the welfare because welfare ya bay. I don't know about fuel meter. It was very first time on the road straight from driving school. Yeah, I remember I scratched it on the gate while exiting, and in Rubiji I also scratched it. But after a while, I was excitement. Emma, gwesebo muntu okuwa ele grande ye nga yo a new driver aba akwesigidde nno ddala. So I think that's why you put all that fuel in the car. But ezo agamafuta wamutera mu full tanka. Era kyemanyi ne bewa scratching ayinza oba teyabifaako ng'omuwadde half tanka y'amafuta. People bavuga emmoroka ne bagireeta ng'esise n'okusika. Okitegeera. Anyway, so the Alphard, I find that I think Ipsum Picnic consumes the same as Ipsum Super, because Ipsum Picnic is 2.4 but VVT. No. It doesn't consume the same. It doesn't. Martha, gwegamba bugamba yagala gula Ipsum Picnic. Ipsum Picnic ebenywa kyekimu ne hari akawundo. Ipsum Picnic eyinza n'okuba ne kawundo enywa bulungi ogisinga, because biribina y'ebiseera bya picnic teyinza kuba nga biribina eya 2009, because zikawundo kati zetulaba za 28 29. So the technology in 2009 cannot be the same as technology in 2004. It's definitely improved. So kati gwemanya Martha, bwebo ogula Ipsum Picnic, you're going to be consuming the same as the kawundo guy. Era mbera ku kubo mubonge nako nga ekyeekiro mugagga munnange okitegeera. The Ipsum Super, Ipsum Super eri 2,000. Kati nze I've told you Ipsum Super is 2000 cc. 2000 cc. Eri 2400 cc. Okitegeera. Kati ate Ipsum eyaddala bw'oba ogimaintaininze bulungi. Ata say I did repainting of the whole car. The only opportunity I got was it had other original scratches. So we divided the expenses. Direct injection means that fuel indirectly. So kitegeeza amafuta tegaliiko kupima. JK. So does it mean that a direct injection car, the fuel, the way it comes from the fuel tank, it doesn't have that the way you see our what do we call these things? The nozzles. Nozzle ne computer zipimako ku mafuta. The super custom, it means since it's direct injection, that the fuel comes from the fuel tank. It goes a boo in the engine. Is that what it means, JK? Instead of the intake manifold. Oh, okay. So that's why the super custom probably consumes. So that JK chatugamba, the intake manifold tries to regulate the combustion chamber. Wali omuka we guva kugende mu exhaust. Banange you people, ebintu bino fe paying attention to physics, but I think physics is catching up. Physics is catching up to us, guys. So what JK is telling us is that if you're going to drive a direct injection car any day, what you need to understand is that when the fuel comes from the fuel tank, it goes to the engine where boom, no moderation, no measuring. So kati abagenda okugula super custom Regias eza diesel mberenga muchimanyi. Any car that has a 1kz engine, that's how it works. Yeah. Kati JK, how does that, a car that has direct injection, how is the fuel like measured? Because for doing a nozzle ne computer nozzle ukitegera ne bapima amafuta ne bagakati amafuta gano tujja kuteekayo etondo, 2 tondos. How does the direct injection engine measure, injection car measure the amount of fuel that is used? Anyway, you know what happens with 1kz engines, and probably that's why they are not popular with Chigege guys. Actually, now Bantuba tours and travel, most of the times you find that the guy has a super custom, but the engine was changed. They don't have that KZ engine anymore. They put in a 3L, 5L. Yeah, because probably it's not direct injection. It is about direct injection. Yeah, so probably now you know why it happens the way it is. Because KZ tebera na pickups. Tebera mo is luxury vehicles, Regias, Granvia. But the Granvia is a very comfortable car. I'm going to do a video, an independent video, not live broadcast, where I go through the vans as Toyota created them. But right now, in this day and age, anybody that wants to buy a van, you know how to maintain cars, you buy the Alphard. The Alphard is not a bad car. It's just that if you don't know how to maintain cars. The first BMW I've seen today, your BMW iIce 118i. Rasta bimukubye. Rasta bamukutata midde. BMW mugirabye. Kakorora kagenda kakukube emyaka emirala 10 ngiyo BMW twagiziika dda. Okitegeera. That's the thing with BMWs. Ziba za luxury, ziba za atenga hiyo UBKs and UAM. Good morning Kishfero. Good morning Abby. I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah. So the Regias is not a very bad car. Regias enywa ate webera ya petrol. Ye enywa nyo. Weba ya petrol. Because just imagine driving Soka, if it's petrol, it will be about 2,500 cc. Then it's pulling a body that is very big, and most people that drive those Regiases, they want Regias here in maso BMW. So the Regias, most people that drive it, they put a lot of people and a lot of things in there. And because of that, they baba bagitisenyo engine nene nejinywa nnyo. There is a fuel control valve in the direct injection engine that controls how much fuel is drawn from every stroke. Oh, kale waliwo there is some bit of control. Rasta bamukutata midde Emma. Otegedde otya nti pastor. Rasta si pastor. Rasta yetabula aba Rasta. Yeah, so this is the first BMW I've seen. Actually, the second BMW this week. That should not be an accident, guys. Mwabatira okumbuza ku BMW. Ate zonna ze tulabye week eno mpya kati enkadde zaalagawa. Baziziika. That's the thing you should ask yourself. Enkadde zaalagawa. Yeah. So, the Regius is there. Mbadde njagala kulaba obangi goba tugituukeko tugituyise ono. But the Regius nazo tezifa, izo Regius tezifa. Omuntu atta Regius abamuonoonyi, especially if they are petrol, the petrol ones. Nzibu yakutta their engines, but of course they are 2005cc, 2900cc. They are like they should not be breaking down. They are very big engines. They should not break down. So those are the vans we have. The Granvia is not very common, but it's much more comfortable than the Regius. Ate Granvia nzigumivunguka wansi ina low ground clearance kitegeeza n'okugwa temalaga gwa okitegeera. So Emma ani Martha, if you drive an Ipsum picnic ojja onywa amafuta ng'oyo wa Makex. BMW enkadde jeko oyogedde mazima. BMW enkadde ziri ku Facebook bazitunda buy and drive. Someone told me that when people think about Arthur, they think about Toyota. Mbo Toyota nziwana nnyo. But I know BMW endala yiri njirabye. Naye na yiri ku UBJ. It's a BMW X6. You cut BMW ya kusatu. Naye siye jetwala bakumande. Martha wants a super. Sigara ku super wafe. Regius yiri eri maaso kati ndoza muyina ka view akalungi kubanze enkayina. The Regius is a very nice car. I think I would drive it, but only in diesel. Mu petrol ebe egenda kutamya emmotoka. Kuba mu petrol ebe enywa ebe enywa mukako ka RAV4 guys. Kati ka RAV4 kali mu 108. Because muri mu RAV4 za 2024 ne 108 kano kali mu 108. Okafuna kali mu 108 ogenda kweyagala because of course the engine and the body byeso bola ate most of the times when ndabye abantu abaga these RAV4s temujjudde mu bantu bangi. Nirako nabatika ko buyinje obwo basoka kuba plaster. Kwanda banga batandeko naye mbangu buyinja bukwatira kuli babateka kona musenyi. I'm talking about the super broad. Bujja vaako. Emma wali mutuufu to get a classic car. Naye yamunywa yajja kiwulira. Anyway, guys, bobo genda kugula van at this moment. I recommend that you just buy an Alphard. Why? Ne Alphard era naye enywamu. I remember I had a neighbor when I was in Kasangati ngaina Alphard. Ninga Alphard ebeera ya mikolo gya kuziika mbaga inaoneka vitizi, so they would drive a Vitz every day, okay, and the Alphard was for mikolo, so that should tell you. But basically you should not buy a van and expect it to not consume fuel. Okitegeera bw'oba ogenda kugula van gisuubire nti ejja kunywamu kutufuta, because it's a van. It was not created for luxury. Ate abajapani bano bagezi, they create cars for every occasion. Bakusuubira nti bw'oba a family person baana babiri basatu gula Prius oyagale, okitegeera. Then ne bakusuubira nti bw'obanga ogenda kugula Regius oba Alphard, you're a business person, olumu ogenda kuba delivering bintu, olumu ogenda actually ezo Alphard biki bazivuga for courier, not courier, bazivuga for shuttle. They create them mostly for shuttle services. Nti mujja kuba ne driver nga avuga family y'abantu 7. Kati omuntu alina family y'abantu 2 tewali kikuguza van okujjako amalala. okitegeera. So you have 2 kids and a wife and a maid, let's say. Why are you buying a van of 7 people? Why are you buying a 7-seater? Okitegeera. It's just that fekati tuina muko kumalala ago banda babatya nzenze n'omusajja w'ebirevu nga nvuga ka paso. Okitegeera ninga paso gy'olina okuvuga at your current state, current level of income and the number of family members you do what you have. So Sienta is not that. Sienta is not a van. Kati, you know, when the Japanese are creating these cars, ba creating a yo 7-seater yo muntu wa bulijjo. Okitegeera. Ine ne bajiwa ne 1.5cc engine. Naye ate ba creating a Sienta bakusuubire nti ogenda teekamu abantu abanene mukaaga. Sienta baji creating nga y'abaana bona abalabo botedde mbanyiteekamu bwana buto. Myaka gya mutabani wange Abani. Nti bwe bagenda bakula ate you advance n'ogula emmotoka enneneko nga Vanguard. Okitegeera. So I'm thinking it's just that we don't know. Before you buy a car, you don't actually read to find out what was this car created for. Like people that buy buyongeza natandika ogikozesa okudeliveringa emyango n'enzigi. Obuyongeza bali aba Japan when they're creating those buyongeza babu creating kudeliveringa TV, smart bazita flat screen TVs, kudeliveringa woofer, omuntu aguze woofer n'agitwalayo. Obumotoka tebabukola kutikka nnyo. Niyo omwana agenda n'agula akayongeza ako n'akatikka gate ezitowa kilo 15 oba kilo 12 n'atikkako gate. Akayongeza agenda okukatwala to deliver the first gate ne kafuuwa. Okitegeera. Agenda aliyo white smoke. Akatisse nnyo because they did not know what they were creating this car. Naye kati Auntie Martha mu kifo kya Ipsam lwaki tagula Sienta? Wala inaakola save ku mafuta. Auntie Sienta tejja kusobola kutikka baana. Olaba Ipsam osobola gisaamu abantu 17. Teina kyeba. Naye ka Sienta kasitosukka abantu weight yaayo engine ngetandika okkongoja, gearbox ngetandika okkowa. Naye Ipsam osobola ogitikka nga taxi n'etabaako kyekola ki. Kyeba ate bw'abanga Auntie Martha shuttle yaffe egenda kuba etwala abaana, ayinza ofuna ka demand ne kamusukkako n'agamba lwaki sibateekamu nkuŋŋanye sente ezigula wish. Okitegeera, because the goal of the Ipsam is a starting point. Asobola ofuna sente ezigenda okugula ki, ezigenda okugula wish. Ate ne Ipsam agirekewo. Kati bw'abaana abala okugula wish in like 1 year, kitegeeza ayina kugula mwaka gumu, mwaka oguddako asobola okufuna ki, osobola okufuna wish. Ne Ipsam ataala agirekewo. Kati abenga Auntie Martha shuttle services tuyina emmotoka zaffe 2. Okitegeera. So kati ne Regias tugituuseeko. Kampala olina okuyiga layini ezitambula. Kati eno layini etambula. Okiraba ki Regias kindabikira bulungi. Kintu kirimu ekingoba ku Regias eyo mafuta gaayo. Era when you realize most people that are driving these cars are Chinese, abalina zi supermarket, baba China bamanyi omugaso gwa Regias. Toyinza sanga mu China ng'avuga Regias eyo mbu avugiramu baana be 3. Tosobola kukisanga. Naye osanga omuntu alina omwana omu mbu agula family van, family car. Kati omuntu alowooza ati ono omwana omu omugulira family car ago si malala. And there are times wosanga omuntu ng'agula family car naye nga na family etatambula nayo. Awoza nze nyina family ennene. Nenga family agitambuza omulundi gumu mu mwaka ku Christmas. Which ku Christmas osobola opangisa ki Regias oba ki Alphard ku mitwalo 15 n'otwala abantu bone beeyagala. Okitegeera. Nga majority emyaka ennaku ze 90% of the days in the year abeera atambula yekka na mukyala we. Lwaki temugula ka VTs kataso ne mutambula mwe. Now I'm not talking about batumbuto. I understand that ku channel kuno kuliko abagagga abalina sente zaabwe. Bw'oba olina sente zo tewali kiguza paso. Bajja na kuyita mu kopi. Bw'oba olina sente zo gula kya Alphard kyo weeyagale. But don't use the excuse of family car. Totandika kulimba abantu nti nze ngula Alphard because nyina family ennene nga ne family togyagala. Because ate abasajja abendabye bakyaliba nga abasinga balina za Alphard azi. N'abaana be tabaagala enough kutambula nabo mu mmotoka. Avuga Alphard ye ate n'abantu ne balinya taxi. Kane weebuuza Alphard gye yatulima nti yagula family van nga ate tebatambuliramu. Okitegeera kye ngamba. So don't use the excuse of family car to buy a big vehicle where they don't even sit half of the time. It should not be an excuse. Nenga oboli tumbuto sobola okukigula n'ogula kawundo ngeeyo oba yiri BMW endane kati towe yinula nti tulabe BMW nyingi eyo ya embassy ate US embassy noza kati tukwataganye Arthur ekituufu Toyota Wish bode yayo kipapula wafuna accident tosigaza wadde bode lwaki ogenda kutomera abbe gwogule muluka ng'ogenda funa accident. I will tell you one thing, accidents is no kuba kusalawo kwa muntu ebiseera ebisinga. I last had a good accident and 12. That time natomere motoka y'omukazi Citroen okuva emabega, and that time nenda ira sigenda kuddamu kutomera siddangamu kufuna accident nti ntomedde head on siddangamu. I swore that day that sigenda kuddamu kutomera siddangamu kutomera. From that day in 2012, I think it was around June. Nesiddangamu kutomera. It wasn't even 2012, it was 2011. So kati omuntu bangamba nti Wish bode yayo kipapula. Yes, emotoka eziddako zonna empya kipapula. Era yo Harrier kawundo ogiraba. It's not as strong as the Harrier first generation. These guys these days are not creating cars for you to drive them forever. They are creating cars so that you drive this year and upgrade next year, which is okay. That's what businessmen do. We create products so that people use them for some time. BMW echamye ku embassy ya Switzerland. I think this is the Severig is which country? JK. Severig is Sweden. So echamye ku Severig embassy. Kakati gojavede na ogule BMW X6 iyo Alphard banange. Alphard nze ndaba bampa zayo ziri waggulu nempulira abantu bazicomplaininga ku. Nze mu 2009 natomera taxi bubi nnyo. Wagitomera otya? What happened? Brakes zafa oba? Aunt Martha can buy a Toyota Wish and you rent it. Banange, Martha networking ogirabye? Ema uya agambye agenda kugula Wish renting. Severig is Sweden. BMW je tulabye yesembye ye yingide mu embassy of Sweden. Kati gwenga nawe oveno ngogula BMW. Embassy tebafiirwa sente newe kuba kula yingi newe kuba kukisutunda ate loss tebafiirwa. Newe kuba kugigaba bagigaba. Yeah, so kati olaba this Harrier here en eri waggulu wano UAM eri stronger than eri UBH. That's how these guys are making. Kati teba creating a longevity. They are creating cars to sell. Ate emotoka ezijja maaso ezigenda kuba bipapula n'okusinga zino. Ono tamanyize black crossing je. Simu na Uganda. Zebra crossing ziri global. Abaserikale mubalaba bangi wakati bagenda kuteegawo bannange. So if you're coming to town, just know waliwo obuserikale obwambuse waggulu eyo. Kale abaserikale ng'ali mu kulaba broadcasting ngampira ngampita abaserikale b'obuserikale. Yesterday I was answering a phone call. Omwana yankubidde nabadde ne Kenneth, one of my followers here. Omwana ngankubidde ng'angamba Kenneth soko ndeko nkwateka n'akawala. Tumala okugera nangamba Arthur nkuwidde ng'ompita akawala nze siri kawala ndi mukazi mukulu. We were cruising and the taxi guy abruptly entered the way. Nemuyingira bubi nnyo. Munaye taxi guys have that habit. You just have to know. Ne Arthur omuntu ali opposite ne wagenda kyokka gwe oyagala atambula anoonyeze. It's the right thing to do, Emma. Abazungu bannange bali principled. Nze ngenda nendaba abantu n'akwata kasasiro n'amukasuka ebweru. Nze kasasiro wange mbeera naye mu mmotoka. I think kubeera nnyo n'abazungu. Mbeera ne kasasiro wange mu mmotoka ne ntuuka ewaka ne musula we tulina omusula we tumwokera. Kati ate abazungu bajja kugamba ne kasasiro tebamwokya. You have to recycle in safer ways. Neka kati recycle ngangenda mu ab'ekimotoka kya kasasiro bo bennyini bamusuule mu kkubo okitegeera. It's safer for me to burn the rubbish. Siyenta kipapula. You people stop saying about bipapula and all. Togenda kutomera. Ogenda vuga emmotoka yo obeere careful oleme kutomera ogibeezeewo. Since 2011 siddangamu kutomera ebyo bya kijega. Nasalawo era mbeera cautious, breaks nzikola, mbeera ntunudde ahead all the time. Okitegeera. Fuel save ekyali awo naye emmotoka ya business fuel save si gy'otunuulira. You look at functionality. Kasiyenta kaba kajja kufa ng'owa Ipsam yakyalina. Kati nkubulira an auntie of mine yagula siyenta in 2020 mu lockdown. Okitegeera naye nze kibiina eyange gye namugulako mu 2010 ojja gisanga nga gyeri emasaka waliwo akyagivuga nga temutamangako naye ye siyenta ye yali agituna mu 2021 ng'emutama. Kati so otunulira n'obuwangaazi, emmotoka ezimu ziwangaala. So you guys, leero nyina obasiibula omanyi nabagamba I'm playing okwonko. It's one of the reasons why I'm lifting heavy in the gym. I have to look like the okwonko nze nga director gwendowooza. Okwonko gwendowoozaako mu muzannyo gwange, he was huge. Ate nga si huge nti yagejja masavu. He was huge nga agejja maanyi. Nti senga yali ku mulembe gwaffe yali badde eggolola nga ye okwonko waffe. Okitegeera talina si wuntu wa lubuto naye obunene bwe bwa fitness. Okitegeera. So I have to go, but we have talked briefly about the vans. Nsuubira nti otegeera. I think most of the times manja nti focusing and tumanya nti van eno neno ogigula bw'oli bwoti ne bwoti, van eno neno ogigula bw'oli bwoti ne bwoti. Okitegeera. And it's important that we understand each other properly. So waliwo van ezimu z'olina okugezaako okwesonyiwa like bagiyita batya super custom lwana nnyo okugyesonyiwa bw'oba osobola right now. At least gulamu drone bw'oba olina ssente nga zikutawaanya. Then ne Regius eyo nayo yumugira mu gyesonyiwa. At least kaloyinza avuga ku Nuwa old model. Ne new model simbi naye new model temanyi nnaku gigulenga okimanyi. Nuwa new model temanyi nnaku. Kuswaza n'okuswaza mu bantu. Okitegeera. But then if you're thinking right now bw'oba ogula vaani nga akasente ko kalina genda ku Alphard. Naye ate Alphard when you buy it, maintain it properly. Togula Alphard n'okuba ndobo ku service. Service wa Alphard abeera alina kubeera on point and on time. Okitegeera. Then kati abo bw'oba olinamu kasente nga you're buying a car especially for business ng'olinamu kasente milioni zo nga 7 genda ogule kidrone kyo mu bondi okijjeyo. Bw'oba tolina ssente noonya kigege etambuddeko milioni nga 2.25 weeyagale. Kati ebintu bya vaani oba obimaze. Bw'oba nga teweetaaga nnyo vaani gula Ipsam naye etuuza abantu 7, etuuza abantu be bamu ne super custom, etuuza abantu be bamu ne Regius. You get what I'm saying? So ojja kuba weeyagala. But all in all togula vaani nga togyetaaga. Togula vaani nga tonatuuka kugisobola. That's one thing you need to understand. Tuleme kwepanka. Mujukire Maslow's hierarchy. Togenda ku level 3 ng'okyali ku level 1. Togenda ku level 4 nga okyali ku level 1. But thank you very much for being part of this broadcast today. Nathan, Martha, Emma, Mr. Lucia, Safina, David Eguma, Patrick Ecluse, Brian, Sam Segawa. Then Toyota Verosa. Then JK Habiri. Dinda ko JK ngeno comment sajira. You're still struggling to get kids. Are you really struggling? Men don't struggle to get kids, man. Men don't struggle. For us men, we just sleep and getting kids is even an enjoyable process. It's just maintaining them that is hard. But if you're struggling, JK, akankusabire man. Biba who have seen people that are actually struggling to get the kids. Yeah. Kankusabire mani boba you're struggling. Bambi your comment nabadde sijirabye. Sorry about this if you're struggling. Sorry, waliwo abadde ankubira nanzijjako. Kishfelo. Of course niko nkwogedde Charles Nkugwa, Dennis Buyinza, Isaac Mwesigwa. Arthur, I know it's not a van, but a parcel setter is a nice looking car for people with kids and occasional pickups. Yes, parcel setter is actually okay, Isaac. It's a very good alternative to these radius vans ezinyo amafuta nga ze bagoba. Okitegeera. Yeah. Chris Da Vinci, Tazan Mugisha. Hey, Tazan, long time. Yeah, so guys, don't forget, pre-purchase inspection is how I'm able to buy data. Because remember, I'm calling data GBM and H2 every day, by the way. I use to broadcast, I use 1.5 GBs every day. So through the pre-purchase inspections, as you send as a open to Alana, Bongulako tracking device, alarm, as you send as inyambako to keep these things going, Nengula yoka data, Ninyo kumazi, because no kwogera kuno nako siku wangu, ochitegeera. So I use that command nange nensobola okumaintain ekintu kisigerenga kitabula. Paka kina So, but thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I don't take it for granted. I wish you a very nice day. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.